3, 2, 1. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Top. Top Pill episode quarter.
Yes, 25.
Number 25.
Big 25.
Damn, man.
Yes, sir.
Yo. Hey, all right. So this episode is going to be special. First of all, let me go ahead and prepare myself for this episode.
This guy.
Look,
this guy came super
my head kind of
prepared.
big, y'all. Like, I ain't going to hold you. Hold up, wait. Okay. All right. I got the N95. You hear me? This is the real. If you want a mask, make sure you get the right mask. You hear me? Don't get that bullshit that you find at Walmart. You hear me?
Why you didn't bring me one, bro?
Because, look, nigga, everybody for themselves.
Damn. You ain't going to look out for your partner. You just going to bring yourself, save yourself.
Hey, look, bro. You might have that Rona.
Dang.
And I can't be passing.
We're supposed to be partners. How you going to do Top Hill without Chad Vision?
I don't know. I'll find a way.
That's cold. That is so cold.
The show must go on. Like, but nah, yeah. All right. All seriousness, man. I hope everybody is staying safe. I hope everybody understands what's really going on. First of all, so this virus. This is not a flu. This is not,
you just got serious real fast.
Bro, because I want to make light of it. I want to have fun. I want everybody to have a good time. You know what I mean? But the reality is we're in a state of emergency.
Yes.
So, and there's a lot of jokes going on. A lot of people say, it's just a flu. You know, niggas get sick all the time, B. No, this is not a regular flu. They have made it very clear that this is not just a flu. This is the flu times 10. You know what I mean? This shit is super contagious. People need to start washing their hands. They need to stop touching people. They need to stop doing all that stuff and stop spreading it. If you guys don't know, it did originate in China, in Wuhan. The American government stopped all visitation from China back in January. But what happened was Chinese people were still going to Europe. And the Europeans got it. Then the Europeans came over here. And that's when, recently we started seeing the European bans from people coming over here. So, and then now when Trump had his announcement and talked about how he's banning all European travel within a certain day, all the American people on vacation was rushing to the airport.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yo, the videos and the pictures are scary, okay? If you guys look this up, you got a bunch of people all trying to come home. You can't tell American people they can't come home, especially in Europe. You can't tell them they can't come home to America. So they're all in the airport. It's packed. People are lined up, touching each other. They're getting on airplanes that are all insulated, and they all got the corona. Now they're coming home giving us more corona, and it's just like, yo, this shit's about to get crazy. So if people who don't really understand what's going on understand that this week there will be a spike in corona cases and corona deaths. There's going to be a spike in numbers. It's not a if or maybe or not. No, it's going to happen, and we just need to prepare for that.
Yeah.
Basically, I know me and you talked about this. We don't want to live in fear, you know what I mean, or anything like that. But we also need to understand what's going on.
Yeah, you gotta take the proper precautions, man. You gotta stay positive too, as well. Like you said, you can't live it like this guy, but you can't live your life in fear, man. And for me, my background, I believe in God. I believe He got my back. So I feel like my God is bigger than anything. So again, you still have to take precautions. Wash your hands. Use Germ-X. Stop touching everything. Just gotta be aware. And know that you're going to be okay. You still have to have that faith. That's where I come from. That's where I stand on with it. So,
also, faith without works is dead. So,
exactly.
Make sure that you are, like Chad Visionaire said, taking the necessary precautions. And, like we said, don't live in fear. Continue doing what you're doing. But, hey, wash your fucking hands.
Right.
Dirty bastard. All right.
There's a real lot of people not washing their hands, too.
No, there really is, bro. Like,
I was just at a restaurant and went to the bathroom, and this guy, I seen him use the bathroom, didn't wash his hands. Now, this is the funny part. I seen him, he didn't wash his hands. He went to get a paper towel to open the door. Right. I'm like, what kind of sense does that make for you not to wash your hands, grab a paper towel to open the doorknob? Like, I was like, people is trifling, man.
Yeah, and look. Like my job, bro, we have contests of how long niggas can wash their hands for the longest. Okay?
Right.
Like, there's a line in the men's bathroom in front of the sink of how long people are washing their hands.
Right.
But you still always got them dirty Jones.
Yeah, just sing the happy birthday song like 3 times.
I heard about that. I never heard that in my entire life.
Yeah, my mom and my siblings started doing that. So
that's good, man.
Yeah,
clean. Shout out to all the viewers that are in the live today. We appreciate everybody. Miss America said, "Bring my shit back home." Hey, look, it's my match now. Everybody for themselves.
Serious?
Yeah. So, my man D Tucker 825 said, "What in the Mortal Kombat?"
What's up, Tap?
What's good, Ayo Loso? She said 40,000 at one airport, damn near, and thank Lil Uzi for dropping some heat, so we can self-isolate. I agree. There's a lot of people that drop some heat. We about to get into that right now.
Yeah, the music didn't stop. Everything else did.
Well, the music being dropped didn't stop. But
all right.
Yeah. So, you want to go ahead and get into that?
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's go.
Top albums.
All right.
What we got?
Rich the Kid, Boss Man.
Ooh.
Hey, I wasn't checking for Rich the Kid when he dropped, to be honest with you. I didn't feel like he really had that many standalone records. I know he did a joint with Kendrick. That's the only record that I know that really stood out to me. But outside of that, I wasn't really ready.
Honestly, I'm right with you, bro.
Yeah.
With it, like, yeah. I don't have nothing good or bad to say about it. Like,
but I will give him this. The joint's called Boss Man, and I consider myself a boss. Okay. And so I really did, when you have an album title like that grabs me. Okay. You know what I mean? So I listened to it, and I was actually okay with it. Like, it was definitely a good album. It was good. He had a couple of surprise features on there that I didn't expect. Nicki Minaj, Post Malone, a lot of other people on this joint too. Lil TJ was on this joint too. So it was a good project. He had good features. He had good bars. The craziest thing to me though was that his leading single on this joint was Red.
Yeah, I did like that.
That's crazy because that's the worst song to me on the album.
Oh really?
I hate that song.
I thought it was alright.
Red bottom, this, red bitch, that. I didn't care for it, honestly. Like,
yeah, it was kind of generic.
It was generic to me, but the rest of the album, though, doesn't reflect that song at all. Like, the song really felt, to me, out of place compared to what the rest of the album was. He got this track on there called Ray Charles that's really dope. I love the sample that he used for that. It sounded really, really good. The album called Boss Man. The joint with Nicki, that was okay. The joint with Post Malone, the joint called V12, I like hard. So that joint spoke to me. I fuck with V12.
You like cars, you're a boss. I see it.
Yeah, so it just kind of worked itself out. You know what I mean?
You ain't like the songs with Young Boy?
No,
that's your boy.
Is he? Young boy that don't be broke sometimes.
You got Quavo. The one with Quavo was alright.
Okay. No.
No.
Like no. I mean, it's alright. It's alright. Like after I got lost after you, like that's when it started getting like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah, honestly, like to be honest with y'all, like I listened to this once and I didn't want to listen to it again. Like it was just one of those albums like I wasn't invested into it.
Honestly, bro, like I be feeling bad for some artists because Rich the Kid, this is I believe his debut album. He also got both the babies on here. That's no album's complete with both the babies. You got Lil Baby and the Baby. But
his last album was alright.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was his debut. He
Nah, he got another album out.
Oh, damn, my bad.
Yeah. It has this hit song with the other one with Kendrick Lamar on it.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that hit song that he had? I can't even remember the name.
New Freezer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was on his last album.
Okay. Okay.
That one was okay.
And this was okay. I honestly, maybe if this was dropped during a different time.
Yeah, because it's just like the other people we're about to mention, I was just on them so heavy. So
yeah,
you have a point.
That's basically what it came down to. It's just the other albums just overshadowed this.
Pretty much.
All right, speaking of that, other albums.
Let's get into it.
Don Toliver.
Yes, sir.
A.K.A. Little Travis Scott.
Yes. No. No, sir.
What?
No, sir.
He's not Little Travis Scott?
No, he's not. Don't disrespect that man like that.
So what is he?
He's Don Oliver, like you said.
All right, Chad. Go ahead. Do you want to talk about him?
Yeah, so my cousin put me on. Shout out to Antonio Wayside. Shout out to Quality Touch Studios for letting us do this podcast here. But anyway, he put me on. He was like, look, Don Oliver is a part of Cactus Jack, the collective that Travis Scott has put out.
Right.
I believe it's a label too. I'm not sure. But I know it's more of a collective.
It's a label.
And I listened to his first. I think it was a mixtape.
Okay.
And I liked it, man. I think his voice stands out. His vocals, his melodies. I really love his melodies. And I realized when I went back to Astroworld, he had his hands on Astroworld. Like, he was a big part of that project. I feel like without him, Astroworld wouldn't even exist. So, and it reminds me of, like, I think Travis Scott is kind of using the same formula as Kanye when it comes to making good projects and good songs, because if you think about it with Kanye, we could go back to 808s and a Heartbreak. Without Cudi, there would be no 808s and a Heartbreak. And then you go to Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Without Travis Scott, there would be no Beautiful Dark Twisted. So he's always collaborating. He's always looking for a new sound and a new wave to help bring your vision to life. That's what I love. Like, I just love artists that just tag other people and help them with their vision and create, new ideas and new waves and new sonics. So to get back to this project, I really loved it because I just love artists that just stand out. To me, it sounded like he stood out. Like, the first time I can get what you're saying, he kind of does sound like a baby Travis Scott.
He is baby Travis Scott.
That's why I say you always got to adjust your ears, because to be honest, he really got his own sound.
No, Chad, I'm going to stop you right there. He does not have his own sound. He sounds like Travis Scott.
Nah,
Shout out to Travis Scott for signing somebody to his label that sounds like him.
Nah. Why would he sign somebody that sound like him? That don't even make sense.
So he won't go somewhere else and bite Travis Scott? Like, they complement each other. But you can't tell me that this album doesn't sound like Lil Travis.
Nah, I think he brings something new.
Okay. Well, we're just going to have to agree to this.
Especially with the song Euphoria. I mean, he has Travis Scott on the song. You can definitely tell who Travis Scott is and who Don Oliver is.
It makes sense that he's a part of Cactus Jack, like you said. And it just makes perfect sense. This is what I'm going to say about this album. Because I tried. I did. Okay. Because I really like No Idea. I really like that song a lot. That sounds good. And I really like Had Enough, the joint that was on the Cactus Jack project.
Yeah, that's a banger.
Those two songs are the only songs that stood out to me.
Euphoria?
No, don't care. Cardigan, I know, was another single that they were trying to push. I don't care about that. It just didn't sound like... The rest of this album sounded like one song. But Had Enough and No Idea were the only two songs that stood out to me.
Bro,
and I tried.
Maybe go listen to his other project, and maybe that would help you out a little bit. I'm trying to tell you, bro, he brings something different to the table. I wouldn't bullshit you, bro. And songs like Euphoria, Wasted, those are my favorite. Company, that's another good one. And I love Spaceship. Shout out to Sheck West on that song. That's the dude I'm checking for.
Sheck West is tough.
I cannot wait till he drop another project. He's on my radar right now. I'm happy for Cactus Jack. I feel like they bring in something new. I think the rapper Russ said something about Travis Scott. I kind of agree when he's saying, like, he's starting a new wave in rap. Like, it's no longer, well, we already knew that. It's no longer about bars and lyrics no more. It's, like, more about melodies and making great songs and stuff. That's why you got the Lil Uzis and the Yachties and all that. So I like this lane that they're going in. I feel like it's more fun. Something you could definitely listen to when you go to a concert. You get more engaged and involved instead of just sitting there and just listening. Something you could bump to your car. I like it. I like what the kids are doing. So, and he's young. So shout out to Don Oliver.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave it at that.
What's the next one?
Oh, we got a comment.
I give it an 8 too.
No, I'm not giving it that. Giving it like a 6. We got a comment.
What's up?
If you could choose between the following 3 artists to feature on your song, who would it be? Eminem, Jay-Z, or Kanye West? Eminem is out.
That's your boy though.
You're gonna stop with this blasphemy. I just respect rap. I'm going to respect Marshall. I'm going to respect Eminem as a god MC, which he is. But I don't need Eminem on my track. Hove obviously is a legend, but when you put Hove and Kanye together, it just really depends on what your track is sounding like. Honestly, because with Kanye's going to bring that futuristic, creative style and sound to whatever's going on right now. Jay-Z's going to be Jay-Z, you know what I mean? And no matter what song he gets on. So I think it just really depends on what your song is.
Yeah, I agree with E-Money Boss. It depends on what track it is. And I'll definitely go with Jay or Kanye. But Jay could literally hop on any song. Like, he's just that good.
Yeah, he's
Kanye
great.
too, because he's just open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like Hove is for, like, you want straight rap, you know what you're gonna get from Jay-Z.
yeah.
You know what I mean? On any feature. Kanye, you don't know what you're gonna get from Kanye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which could be a good thing or not a good thing. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be something different.
And I might lean more to Kanye just because he does have a kind of like a singing voice. And he can use autotune, so.
Hey, y'all funny as shit in the comments,
Well,
bro.
what they talking about?
Everybody's going back Hov, Kanye.
It depends, y'all.
Miss America said she'll pick Jay and Kanye. My man, Poppy the Popular, shout out my mans. What's good, Poppy? He said, that mean you fuck with Trump? Y'all funny as shit. All right, we gotta move on. Lil Uzi Vert.
Yes, sir.
Eternal Atake Deluxe / Love versus the World 2.
Yes, sir. You already know I'm hype about that.
Hey, shout out to Lil Uzi Vert for having the most streamed album since 2018. Also having the 4th most streamed album of all time so far. Wow. Like, yo, shout out Lil Uzi Vert.
I expected that.
I didn't expect that. Like, I knew Lil Uzi had a cult following. I know his fans really mess with him and everything like that. I loved Eternal Atake. I'm not gonna lie. I can't stop playing it. And then when he said, oh, okay, that was part 1. Part 2's coming this week. I'm like, wait, hold up, motherfucker.
Genius.
Like, we were still digesting this. Like, you just can't give us a whole nother piece of cake. We're not done with the first piece.
Right.
But that was his marketing strategy. And his team, they executed this jump. Like, for real, they really executed this jump. So the deluxe, if you guys don't know, is half of the Eternal Atake Deluxe. The other half is Love versus Rage 2. And, bro, more good music from Lil Uzi. Like, he's not going to give you, lyrical bars and stuff like that, but he's going to give you.
But he was spitting on
music.
this joint. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, there was a couple tracks.
Spitting.
There was a couple tracks that he was on there spitting. What some jumps did you fuck with?
From the new one?
Yeah.
Definitely, shoot, I don't even know how to pronounce that. I was just singing that song with 21 Savage. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I forget
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sirski. There we go. That's it. And then the next song, What's Up with Future. And then Strawberry grew on me. I didn't like it when it first came on, but the more I kept playing it, I was like, okay, it's growing on me.
Yeah.
I love the song with Young Nudie. Shout out to Young Nudie. Yeah, bro. I like all of them pretty much.
I was happy with this jump too. Myron stood out, obviously opening track. Bean / Kobe with Chief Keef. I thought that was a dope tribute to not only just Kobe Bryant, but also Chief Keef for, doing the Kobe Bryant song at first, shining some light on him. The What's Up Joint featuring Future was strong. The Strawberry Pills with Young Thug and Gunna was so hard. Like, that joint was hard. Moon Relate, that's my joint.
Moon Relate was tough.
Moon Relate was definitely tough. Those are my favorite joints on the new one. But I will definitely say that I do like the original Eternal Take over the deluxe.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that. Not to say that this joint is not fire, because I'm banging this joint too.
That's because I feel like, because you're an album person, so I felt more like an album. This one was like, I feel like this one was just fun. Like what Young Thug did, he was like, let me give you some more tracks with features on it. Yeah, I think it's good for the culture. Like, and it was, to be honest, it's what we deserve as fans. Yeah, because we've been waiting for so long. So for you to drop the first project and then drop another one, I was like, all right, that's worth the wait.
Yeah, Uzi definitely feeding his fans with this one, because we haven't heard of Uzi album since 2016. The kid said he was about to retire, then he came back, and he had label issues and all this junk. But with this, like, first he gave us the 2 singles, the Twisted Shuffle, then he gave us That Way. Then he gave us the Eternal Take album. It's like, okay, those are just some throwaways. Here's the album. Right. And so you give us 18 songs, and then now he's like, okay, so here's the second half of the album. It's just like, damn, like, you really did, like, just deliver what we wanted. Like, just truly deliver what people wanted to hear. And I think that's why it's being accepted so much. A lot of people, they're not going to get it. They're not going to, like the Lil Uzi sound and stuff like that. It is
Some
what it is.
Some people just don't get it. But you got to give credit where it's due, because let's think about this for a second. Like you said, his last album was like 2016. Yep. And we're in 2020. And to have your momentum still going, like, you're still doing features, in my world, in fashion, he's killing the game. Like, he's killing it when it comes to dressing. And then, like I said, he's always relevant when it comes to the culture. Yeah. And I think that's very hard to do. Like, some of your favorite rappers can't even do that. They'll fall off. They'll fall off super fast. For him to stay relevant and drop an album years later, oh my goodness, that's super impressive. Yeah, bro. Shout out to Uzi.
Definitely impressive. Not a lot of people could do that. I don't know many people that could do that at all, honestly. So yeah, shout out Lil Uzi Vert. This is definitely a huge win, double win, honestly. So yeah, shout out to him and his whole team. Let's see what we got next.
What's the next one?
Jay-Z featuring Jay Electronica. Oh, my bad. Jay Electronica.
My man said Jay-Z first.
Watch the Throne 1.5.
Oh, baby, though.
The Nation of Islam soundtrack. A written testimony. Jay Electronica. All right. I'm going to say this, and I don't want to talk about this no more. Jay Electronica was signed to Roc Nation, Jay-Z's label, 13 years ago. This nigga has held music for 13 years. Okay? Your debut album.
I ain't know what he looked like. He ugly as hell.
Your debut album is 40 minutes long. You have 10 tracks. One is a skit. Dope skit. Not going to take away from that. So you give us 9 tracks of music. You made us wait for 13 fucking years. And you give us your debut album, which is half Jay-Z, half you, featuring Travis Scott, The Dream. James Blake is on his too. This jump, honestly, this album is dated. I did enjoy some of the music. There was definitely some gems in this jump. And Hove, honestly, Jay-Z saved the fuck out of this album. Okay? Jay-Z really saved this jump. Honestly, if Jay-Z was not on here, I would have been tuned out. Because I'm already turned off by this guy, to be honest with you.
Bro, I can't agree with you.
I don't care. In this jump, tell me this jump didn't sound distorted. How does an album sit for 13 years and sound distorted? Why do I have on track 1 I gotta turn you up, track 2 I gotta turn you down, track 3 I gotta do this, I gotta change my treble over here? Like I don't want to do that.
It was purposely done like that.
So why? Explain. You've been gone for 13 years. You're not explaining stuff. You're not talking about nothing. What's the point?
I thought you. I'm surprised because I thought you was gonna love this joint. Because this was a woke album too.
It is a woke album.
Okay.
It's a woke album. It's a Nation of Islam soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's dope. I give what he's saying is dope. Okay. But what I'm saying is the delivery, the packaging is wrong. The marketing is all off. I think it could have been packaged better. If this was dropped in 2010, fire. Okay. I'm giving it Grammys. I'm giving it platinum. I'm giving it all that. But this is 2020, and this joint he was signed in 2013. He was signed 13 years ago to Jay-Z's label. So my thing is, if you're gonna wait 13 years to drop music, and this is your very first album, you give us 40 minutes of music, and half of it is Jay-Z. It just sounds lazy to me. Like, and I know Jay Electronica's pen is sharp. I know he's lyrical. I know he's a dog. I know his talent. But why are you giving me an album that doesn't feel like it's even mixed and mastered properly? Okay. That's my problem. You're too well respected of an artist to do that, and you're under Jay-Z. So I understand, like you said, like this is probably done on purpose, but I don't understand why you will do this. That's my take on this jump.
Okay, I respect that. Man, I wish I would have more time to be honest. I really wanted to dissect this album because there was a lot of gems in there, like you said, and each song had a really deep message, and I didn't have the time to do all the research and stuff. But to be honest, overall, I think it was a solid album. Like you said, with the distorted, the tracks were kind of distorted. I think that was, like I said, done on purpose. It gave a certain aesthetic to
every
it.
Track, I was like, yo, tell the kids to sit down.
Yeah, I don't know. It just gave it a certain aesthetic to it. Like, when I listened to it, it really made me sit down and just really think about what's going on Earth. And the where his mind is just, I don't know, it's just really incredible to me. And I want to read a tweet that basically explains this album. Okay. I had to screenshot this.
I was hoping he was going to find something because, nigga, yeah.
Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Jay Electronica lyrics speak to the diversity of blackness. This typo. Did he just rap in Pidgin, Arabic, AAVE, French, Nola Flow, and Yoruba all in one verse, a written testimony.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want to take that completely away from him because I know this album, if I really took the time to dig in deep to what he's saying and what he's trying to portray, I know it's something that I'm going to be interested in. But the problem is your delivery. The delivery was so off, it turned me off. Okay. Like, when I listen to new music, you already know I'm going to listen to it in the Silver Surfer in my car, or I'm going to listen to it on my Beats headphones. I got Studio Beats headphones, so I got two Jones. I should be able to hear this Jones clearly and well. And when I tell you it was hurting my ears, like it didn't sound right. I had to adjust to the album. It just like, why am I doing this? Like
that was the purpose of it, though. That's why I feel like you had to adjust to that sound. Okay. That's why I personally liked it. But to be honest, like I said, I wish I would have gone more in depth into it. But I think it's dope for what it is. Okay. I don't think it was worth the wait though, but it was good.
Shout out to everybody in the comments. Y'all funny as hell right now. Ayo Loso said Electronica means adjust sound for every track. She said we don't have time to dig worrying about the Rona facts. Like, yeah, there's too much going on already. Like, yeah, there's already good music out.
I don't know, man. If y'all familiar with MF Doom, then I think y'all would get this. Okay. Because this is like...
fair enough.
He's just unorthodox with it. I think, like I said, I think that's the purpose of it. And his pen game is it's gonna go over a lot of people's heads. So
I will say this: I will listen to it again.
okay,
But I'm telling you,
in.
it's a hard listen. You're gonna force yourself to listen to this. And all right, Siri, we're not talking to you. She said, did y'all say Rona? But to me, I think Jay-Z really saved this album. Obviously, their single right now is Flux Capacitor. That joint's hard.
Yeah, that joint was hard. Universal Soldier was really deep.
Never Ending Story was deep too.
And then that's why I say I disagree with you what Jay was carrying, because like the song he did by himself, Fruits of the Spirit, I thought that was one of the best songs on there.
Okay.
That he carried by himself, so
Okay.
I really like that one.
Fair enough. I think we got one more.
Alright, that's the next one.
Hey,
A lot of new music.
it was a lot of new music. This is a good week of music, and normally when the world's ending, this is normally what happens.
Hey, chill with all that. Nigga said the world's ending.
My bad. Donald Glover presents. Donald Glover presents. This was a surprise album.
Yeah, he dropped it so quietly. Like
Put track list, and if I'm not mistaken, he took it off today.
he added a track list, because I haven't found it.
No, like try just put in track list. I think people did their own track list of this.
Okay.
If you guys are a fan of Childish Gambino or Donald Glover, if you didn't know he was the same person, it's the same person. He secretly and surprisingly created a website called DonaldGloverPresents.com, and he had a selection of music on that website being played all of Sunday. Look. I swear people don't got shit else to do with their day. And so this album is not on Apple or Spotify or nothing like that. This was just something that he put on the website. So it looks like this is a collection of 12 songs. One of the songs being the summer song, Feels Like Summer. Mm-hmm. And me and Chad did talk about this briefly. Normally we don't talk before the podcast, but I had to break down what I felt about this album. Childish Gambino, or Donald Glover, whatever he wants to go by now, is a musical genius. He's just a genius, period, because he's just one of those people that has his hand literally in every single pot. When it comes to music, he's a rapper, he's a singer, he's a producer.
It's like Jamie Foxx.
He's a director. He acts. He does stand-up comedy. He directs. He does literally anything that creates. He pretty much does that shit.
It's only a few people like that.
Yeah, it's very, very, very rare that we come across somebody with this much talent in this many arenas. I was, blessed to see him perform at Broccoli City last year, and I didn't really think that he had that many hits or that much music, but I was blown away by his performance. Like how he performed live too was insane. But this album right here is called Donald Glover Presents, and this music, it felt like, honestly, an end of the world soundtrack. In my opinion, if you look at the cover art, it looks like he has 4 cover arts. Okay, it says cover 1 all the way to the left. You have a group of people in the city, and it's just pandemonium. Buildings are on fire. People are on top of cars. There's too many people everywhere. Shit's going crazy. Then you look at cover art 2. Things are crazy, but it's kind of calming down. Like you can even see somebody on the cover art 1 about to jump off the building. Mm-hmm. Number 2, he's hanging from the building. Number 3, they're pulling him back up. Number 4, he's safe. You know what I mean? Like it's like little details in each of the covers. That's basically saying cover 1 is like the end of the world type shit. Then you get to the cover 4 where things come back to normal. It's like peace and everything. And I feel like Donald Glover is kind of like.
And you say you wasn't into art. You just dissected that pretty good, man.
I don't know. I just looked at it and that's what I saw.
That's good.
I knew that he was giving us something soon because I mean, obviously he did a song "Feel Like Summer," and if you guys listen to that album, listen to that song again and look at the video. Yes, he has the cartoon and has all the celebrities in the videos, and it's a distraction. But what he's actually talking about in that song is climate change. 7 billion souls all run around the sun. Like, you know what I mean? He's talking about the issue with too many people on the planet. He's talking about how the carbon emissions are spiking too high. He's talking about sea level rising. He's talking about all the things that we're having issues with climate change. And that these have real consequences. And the rest of this album kind of reminds me of that. He has other tracks on here that hints to, you know, why the world is the way it is, and that's it. But it's also a fun album too. It's not a depressing album. Okay. It's a very live, upbeat, good album. It's just good freaking music, dog. And he has good features on here too. Ariana Grande. Who's the other one? 21 Savage, SZA. And so those are the 3 features that I noticed on here. Music is great. I really wish that he will drop this on a major platform very soon because I would love to put this on my playlist somewhere, honestly. But yeah, that's my take on this jump.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't get through it because, you know, he dropped it on his website.
Okay.
And for you to listen to it, you have to stay on the website. Right. I was too busy at the moment, so I can't just let it play like I usually do with my Apple Music and stuff like that. So I definitely want to take a listen. I was kind of hoping he would have already dropped it on Apple, but it's looking like that's not happening. So I will take a listen, but appreciate your opinion on this.
Yeah, it was hard, man, because like you said, when I played this, you can't. It was on the website, so it's not like you can go on Instagram or Facebook or do other things and listen to the album. You have to be on the website to listen to the album. So I literally just let it play on my speakers, and I was like cleaning up the house and doing some other stuff, listening to the album, and until I heard the same song come on again. But it was a really, really great album to listen to. I can't wait for it to drop somewhere. Hopefully it drops somewhere. I tried to listen to it again today, and I think he took it off the website because I went there and there was nothing there anymore. So I was like, wow, was that album only put up for just that one day on Sunday?
Wow.
And, so that was interesting. Let me go into the comments real quick. We got a couple of people in here. Let's see. Ambitious Bossy, she said, did y'all discuss Lil Baby's album yet? We did.
Yeah, that was like last week, right?
I think that was episode 23. We talked about Lil Baby's album. I think that came out 2 weeks ago. Because that was before Lil Uzi.
Yeah, so tune in to episode 23 if you want to hear about that.
Miss America said, Childish Gambino never disappoints. That's a fact. My man, Poppy the Popular said, niggas said the end of the world. We finna die.
Hey, chill. Who in the comments like that? Speak for yourself. Don't be living.
All right, so that's all the new albums that dropped this week. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a break. We're going to go into part 2. We got a very
special guest.
Man, what?
Yes, sir.
We got a very special guest coming on to the pod, gracing our studios on the second half. So make sure you guys come back, tune in, check your notifications. We'll be back up in a few minutes. And yeah, we're going to introduce our next guest, and we're going to tell you who's on top this week. All right?
All right, let's get it.
We out. Man, people don't understand. There's levels to these masks, you hear me? Like, you know, you got the little fake me out Dollar General Jones, like, that shit not doing nothing. You got to get you the N95.
You know we live, right?
Listen, if you want to protect yourself from coronavirus, this episode is sponsored by 3M N95 mask. They're sold out everywhere. But I got one for you.
Just wash your hands, nigga.
Wash your hands and wear the mask. Batman. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Top Hill, episode 25.
Yeah, it's Big 25.
Part 2.
Part 2.
And, yeah.
Bro, we got a very special guest in the building.
Yeah, let me stop playing around. Because this guy right here is an actual artist.
Yes, very talented.
Very talented individual. He's from Southern Maryland. Shout out Southern Maryland. And he goes by the name of KxngGeno. Hey, KxngGeno, welcome to Top Hill. Let's go. Hey, what's up, man? Okay. Hey, bro. Hey, yeah, you know.
Oh, yeah. We just slapped
Chad got it now. Don't matter. You don't even got the man.
Right, exactly.
You don't even got the.
Top. What's happening, people? What's happening?
I ain't scared.
Okay, all right, bet.
He said, I ain't scared.
I ain't never scared.
Okay, Bone Crusher.
Oh,
You Corona Crusher out here. Hey, bro, I broke my fucking. Oh, hello. Anyway, hey, yo.
What's good?
KxngGeno.
I'm here.
Hey, man. Hey, yo.
Live.
Bro, welcome to Top Hill Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, look, man, long time coming.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to say this. I'm a fan.
I appreciate
Yo,
it.
I'm a real fan, bro.
I
Like,
appreciate it.
we have been blessed to have great artists come on the show previously, and shout out to all the artists that came on the show. I really do enjoy the project that you have out right now.
Yo, appreciate that. Fear is, go get that.
Yeah, please do. If you guys don't know, KxngGeno.
We not bullshitting y'all. Like, he's legit good. Like, I have some of your songs on my playlist.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Same here. If you guys don't know, KxngGeno is spelled KxngG.
Yes, sir.
I'll
KxngG.
write that down.
GENO.
Yes. And
That's all social media platforms.
social media, that's the Apple, that's the Spotify, that's all SoundCloud, all that, right?
Yes, sir. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Tidal, whatever, Amazon.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I just want to go right into this, man. What inspired that EP called Fear Is?
Heartbreak.
Okay. Hey yo.
Heartbreak.
Real.
Okay, so what inspired the EP? First of all, I wasn't gonna do an EP.
Okay.
The first song, and I'll kind of keep it short and sweet, but the first song that was on the album or EP or whatever, what have you, was Happy Drowning.
Okay.
I wrote that song at 15, maybe 21 now. Wrote the song at 15, but I knew it was so special that I couldn't just record it to any old beat and release it.
Okay.
Because I was like, this joint is super special. So I'm holding on to this record. Every time, like every year, I'm just listening to different beats like, ooh, can I use this?
Yeah.
Ooh, can I use this? And it never fits. So I find the beat and I record to it. And so I'm like, okay, I got a little cool vibe for this beat, but I wasn't ready to put out any other project yet.
Okay.
Like, so I had just recently released. So by the time I recorded this, my first EP, Pressure, was already out.
Okay.
And I had released another I released a 2-pack right back to back after that.
Okay.
So I had gotten laid off from my job.
Okay.
Once I got laid off from my job, I was just in my room just recording because that's all I had to do.
Yeah.
I had all the time in the world to do that. So recorded those 2 songs, dropped them, and just was like, I wasn't gonna do anything else. Somebody actually told me, they was like, yo, I want some more music from you, you should sing more and all this kind of stuff. And so I have the Happy Drowning song in the tuck already.
Okay.
So I'm listening back to it. I'm like, okay, let me just see where this goes. So I tried to like organically make another song. It didn't pan out. And I go to this, I'm making beats at the time. So I'm going to this sounds.com to get loops and stuff. And I hear this piano sample for the Soulmate song. You know what I'm saying? So I hear the sample, I make that beat, and then I'm like, okay, this is dope. I try to get somebody on the song, that ends up not working. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep this in the tuck. This is when I decided I'm gonna make an EP. I don't know if my boy Easy is on the live right now, but shout out to Easy Does It. That dude is the one that made me want to do a whole EP. He sent me a beat. I remember the day clear as day. He sent me a beat, right? He's like, yo, record to this joint. I literally took it home. I was out with the fam.
Okay.
Literally took it home. Recorded the entire song in one sitting, one night.
Okay.
Sent it back to him. It was a rough draft because it had a couple mumbles in there, but I freestyled the majority of it. Sent it back to him. He was like, "Yo, this is out of here."
Yeah.
And so I was like, "All right, bet." So that is when I decided, okay, I'm gonna make an EP, and Happy Drowning, Hit My Line, and Soulmate are gonna be the core to craft this whole concept of Fear Is.
Okay.
And make it. So originally the album was gonna be called Sad Boy Raps.
Okay.
My boy Sauce told me that joint was whack. So
Okay.
so I was like, okay, that joint's whack. So I'm gonna just sit on a name and just keep creating.
Okay.
End up creating 2 more songs. And long story short, so Fear Is actually an acronym. So Fear stands for fuel, everything, and rise.
Ooh.
So
okay.
The fear is whatever scares you enough to push you to that next level of what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So let's take, for instance, the podcast. Being a personality may scare you.
Right.
That's what you use. That fear is what you use to, light your fire and say, okay, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do whatever it takes to accomplish this. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of mindset that I go by just in life. And Fear was just a way to encapsulate it. You know what I'm saying? So my fear was singing. Not a fan of singing my singing voice. You know what I'm saying? I always loved R&B. My mom's a singer. I come from singers. You know what I'm saying? All my siblings sing. But just me personally not having the confidence enough to sing. You know what I'm saying? So I took that jump and was like, let me just do this project for me,
right,
to let myself know that, hey, I can do this as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not just the lyrical bar rapper, or I'm not just the quotable bar rapper. You know what I'm saying? It's more about, I just wanted to create a vibe because I love R&B music.
Right.
I listen to R&B music all the time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
We both do. Yep.
So it was just like, okay, I want to create something that I'm gonna love. You know what I'm saying? Because coming off of Pressure, I didn't really like Pressure like that.
Okay.
Because it wasn't me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was crafted by, the situation that I was in at the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're young, you're trying to experiment with your sound, different music.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, being signed at that time. So that project was under the label that I was under. We've since parted ways. However, we did put that project out, and even though I wasn't totally in love with it, I still wanted to put it out because I was like, I want to have something to show, show for what.
Put on your resume.
Exactly, something to show for what I've done. And if people don't like it, it's a stepping stone to what people are going to like in the future.
Right. Because sometimes, and man, you just said so much beautiful honestly, but sometimes you just got to get your feet wet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You just got to put your foot in the water.
Yeah.
And when you do that, other things start to open up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't know where you're gonna go or where it's gonna take you.
Or what it feels like. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I did notice too when I downloaded your project because I had to because the Jones just that good. I did notice that it did say R&B and soul for your genre instead of hip hop.
Exactly. Yes.
And what made you make that decision?
Just going full out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just going full out, like embracing the entire process, like, because I feel like if I would have put it under hip hop and rap, it would have been a cop out. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm singing, but you wouldn't hear it as me singing.
Got you.
Like if I put it under the hip hop and rap, you're gonna hear it as me rapping melodically.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? But if I put it under R&B and soul, you're gonna view it in a way that's like, oh, he's trying to make a singing album, so let me listen to it with my singing ears. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's put a lot of thought into this, man. I just love. My bad to cut you off.
Nah, for sure.
I love that you. I love artists that talk about their process of what they're going through.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think it's so beautiful because, I think a lot of people don't realize when making music, you gotta experiment. You can't just
For sure.
be comfortable and be stuck in the same wave. So for you to really, like you said, don't be fearful, but really put your step in it and then execute it, I think that's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Fear is not even just an album to me or an EP to me. It was more of a mindset that I was just in at that time. You know what I'm saying? Losing my job and then having to find a new job, get accustomed to a new job, and then going through situations with relationship-wise, and just being in a position where it's like, yo, I'm scared to step out there, but I'm not comfortable where I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, either you're going to jump or you're going to stay where you are.
Right.
And either way, it's not comfortable either way.
Right.
So why not jump, take that leap of faith, and you know, go for what you may not know is the best option for you.
Right.
You know?
It's like Miles Morales, like Spider-Man. You know what I mean? You gotta take that leap of faith.
You gotta try it.
Yeah. Because if you don't, man, you're just gonna sit with that what if for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? That's why you got so many people out here, you know, bitter, mad.
For
sure.
I mean?
So I'm happy for you, first of all, for that you're open enough to do this. You know what I mean? Because so many people just are just afraid to just take that leap of faith and to believe into themselves. Like, you know what you want to do. You want to make music.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I want to hear more music from you, man. Talk about the new jump, because you sent this new jump that we promoted on the page and everything like that. Tell us about that jump.
Okay, that's another funny story too.
Okay.
So, in the label situation, matter of fact, and this is an exclusive. Y'all getting an exclusive.
Top.
It's two songs. It's two records.
Okay.
One is called Shine. One is called Last Time. I haven't done any promo for it yet because I want to have the rollout right.
Okay, got you.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just drop it just to drop it and then be rushing to get another song.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the funny thing about both of these songs, I also wrote these songs years ago.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
So,
definitely can't tell that.
It
feels
exactly.
fresh. It feels really fresh.
It fit like sometimes, and to your point, when it's like, you know, having the regret, it's like sometimes I feel like I write certain songs and they're too far ahead of me that's why it makes it so uncomfortable for me to do or execute those type of songs. But anyway, I wrote both of those songs, and of course those two songs in particular have gone through a lot of revisions since I wrote them.
Okay.
Happy Drowning did not.
Okay.
I wrote it 15, recorded it at 20, released it.
Got you.
No revisions at all.
Got you.
So back when I was signed to the label, I was challenged to write a girl record. Is how it was put to me. He wanted me to write a girl record, something that would be from a male's perspective to a female. That's not the mainstream concept or ideas of I just want to get with you, or I want to have, you know what I'm saying, I want you to do this to me. Right. So I was like, okay, how do I make a girl record that's not going to make her feel like demoralized or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, cool. He throws on the beat, write the song. Record the song. Nothing comes of it because I get out of the label situation.
Gotcha.
Later on, I go into, I don't know if I had just entered into a relationship or was getting out of a relationship, but either way, there was some love involved.
Got you.
And, you know, sometimes as artists, we try to impress females with our artistry.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, let me sing this song to you. You on FaceTime?
Oh my God, that's my song.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So you singing this song to her, she think it's for her, whatever, what have you. You wrote this 10 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm on FaceTime. I sing the song to Shorty. Shorty's like, oh my gosh, that's a really good song. And so I'm like, got it. Now, fast forward maybe a year after that situation, I'm faced with I want to do more singing songs So let me look up different beats online that'll bring that side out of me, because I feel like a lot of people are gravitating towards my singing more than they are my hardcore rapping.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And so I was basically listening to different beats, and I was like mumbling, and I hear the lyrics in my head of the song that I already wrote, and I'm like, well, let me just see, excuse me, if this goes.
Yeah.
Pull up the beat, record to it. I'm like, this is out of here.
Yeah.
And that's how that song came about.
Right.
But bro, that one is gonna go.
Oh, I know it is, cause
that one is gonna go.
when you sent it to me, I was like, God damn, I didn't see this on the jump.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That is going
That's
to
special,
go.
right? Yeah, it's special.
Both of them. Last time, I don't know if Last Time or Shine is my favorite.
Shine is my favorite.
Shine is your favorite? I think Last Time might be my favorite, only because it's like suave. It's like cool.
Yeah.
It's laid back. It's in the cut. It's like, you know.
It fits you too.
Yeah, it's like more of my vibe. Like Shine is my vibe, and it's upbeat and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like Last Time is more laid back. Like I'm in the corner and I see you over there. Like, come here, let me talk to you real quick.
Right.
That's what Shine is gonna give you. You know what I mean?
So do you mind if I ask you what happened with the label situation?
Sure. So, label situation, and this is kind of like a long story, because it was a span of about 3 years.
Okay.
So I end up getting signed back in 2016. Independent label. Shout out to them, because, you know, without them I wouldn't be here now with the knowledge that I know now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. It's all love, 100%.
Right.
But I think the timing of it wasn't right, because I wasn't developed as an artist to know what I want.
Okay.
So I was being put in positions to do stuff that was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
As far as song wise and execution wise, I was doing a lot of songs that was not necessarily me, but because I didn't have a sound, it was like, try it and see if it's you.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we spent 3 years creating this huge catalog of like well over 100 songs.
Got you.
Well over 100 songs, maybe into 200 songs.
Damn.
I was going to the studio. He was out in Virginia, and you know what I'm saying, I would go right across the bridge, like almost every other weekend.
The Harry Nice Bridge or the Woodrow Wilson?
Harry Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir. $6 all the way across.
Right.
Boom. Go to the studio. Do like 5 songs. Either have songs already written or write them on the spot. Do 5 songs, full songs, hooks, verses, three verses. This is when I was doing 3 verses, hooks, bridges, 4-minute songs. Boom, knock them out, 5 of them joints. Go to sleep in the studio, wake up, do maybe like 2 or 3 more if it was a weekend. If it wasn't a weekend, I would just come back to the crib because I had to work in the morning.
Right.
But I was going to his studio very, very frequently. And long story short, a lot of miscommunication is the reason why we had to separate, because I was starting to find what I wanted to do.
Right.
And it was kind of like, you're not ready, just follow me, just listen to what I'm doing, because I know this, that, and the third. I've been doing this for XYZ amount of years, and I'm like, I understand that, but you are viewing it from that time period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a new time period, and I feel like, because like, you have your ear to the streets, but I am the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know the sound, but I am the sound.
Right.
That, you know what I'm saying, that like you can pick it out, but I've created like just naturally. It just comes about naturally, because I'm 20, I'm 19, I'm 18 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get into a situation where I choose to push the album back. Pressure was actually supposed to be like maybe 14 songs.
Okay.
And he was like, no, I don't think we should do it now, because XYZ is wrong with the like the music industry closes in the 4th quarter, so I don't want to put a record out right then. I'm like, but why not? Why can't we try it? Because one, we're independent, we are unknown, we're we're on the ground level.
Right. You're
So-
not expecting to drop this album and go platinum right now.
Exactly.
So
you
it's
know what I'm
like,
saying?
yeah.
I'm just trying to get music out there because, like I said, I'm recording 5 songs almost a night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Roddy
I'm,
Ricch did it, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I'm
for
like, you know, I'm trying to drop music just so people know that I'm dropping music, not necessarily drop music for it to make $1 million in a night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just, like I said, like a lot of just miscommunication with that whole situation that kind of like, you know, we just ended up going our separate ways, ended up not speaking for a minute. I came back and I apologized because, you know, if I did anything that offended you, I don't want that to be the reason why we're separated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want it to be genuine.
It's a real man to do that too.
Yeah, because I was like, you know, I don't want it to be my fault necessarily. I want it to be like I did everything in my power to make this work because I'm that type of loyal. You know what I'm saying? I'm that type of loyal person where it's like I'm gonna do what I need to do on my end, and if it's not reciprocated, cool, I understand. I'm gonna go about my business.
I respect that. At the end of the day, you gotta do what's best for you.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
like everybody's not gonna get it. And like you said, the key point that you said for me is like you're young and you are the streets.
Yeah.
And I respect that because looking at this industry and the way people are going about it, like the youth is winning. Like the youth is the ones that's listen to music the most and stuff. When you get older, like now that me and you are getting older, like a lot of people our age is not
getting older.
Well, I'm not getting older. I always call myself Peter Pan, but anyway, like the old people our age, they're not keeping up as much.
Right.
Right.
That's
So,
and it's not an indictment on the people that are getting older.
Yeah.
It's just your responsibilities change as you get older.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You
just
know what I'm
natural.
saying?
Yeah,
At
definitely.
30, most people have children or full-time jobs or something like that if they haven't already been pursuing their career since mid-20s to early 20s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If they're not already in their creative career.
They have some kind of roadmap and idea of where they're going.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They're kind of more set in stone, whereas me and the generation that, well, not the generation I come from because I'm older, but just me in like the younger crowd, we're kind of like, we have the freedom to be creative at this time because it's like, you know, we 20, we 21, we 19. This is the time we're partying.
Definitely.
This is the time we hanging out with the girls. This is the time where we going out. This is the time when we doing whatever we doing. So it's gonna be more like, okay, like I'll give you a perfect example. Lil Uzi Vert, right?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure we're gonna get into that soon. But Lil Uzi Vert makes totally different music from Drake.
Right.
But look at the age difference though. Drake is 33.
Right.
And he's rapping about his kid, his baby moms, the money that he's made over the years.
Yeah.
Lil Uzi Vert is rapping about going out, hanging out with the girls and partying, but he's 25.
Right.
So that's like, at 25, what was I doing? Hanging out at the club.
Yeah.
Or hanging out with my friends. Whatever. At 33, what am I doing? Fathering my children. So it's like, you know, you gonna make different music, like, and even Jay, he's talking about stocks.
Right.
And
credit
how
and shit.
how to invest your money.
Yeah.
But that's where he is mentally now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I think what people realize too, like basically people want to hear what's organic and real.
For sure.
People don't want to hear Jay-Z rapping like Lil Uzi.
Exactly.
People don't want to hear Lil Uzi rapping like Jay-Z.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, be who you are, and as long as you're true to yourself, you're going to develop fans, you're going to develop following, and you're going to be all right.
Exactly.
Basically.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Man, Geno. So what's next for KxngGeno? What can we expect coming next? Because I'm still enjoying Fear Is.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm definitely still enjoying that jump. And you dropped this.
I dropped that in December 23rd, I believe.
Oh yeah, that jump's still fresh.
Yeah, super fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I did myself a disservice by I dropped 4 songs, or not 4 songs, but 4 projects and a single within 6 months.
Okay.
So I dropped Pressure in July.
Okay.
Came back in September, dropped 2-pack.
Okay.
Or no, I think I dropped that in August. And dropped 2-pack in August. Then I took a break and dropped Goat in October maybe. Then November I came back with a song. then December I came back with a song, and then in December again I dropped Fear Is. So that's 6 bodies of work.
Yeah.
Within 6 months.
That's a lot.
And I did it on purpose.
Right.
Because it was like, okay, I need to give you something that you can go back to. Now I'm gonna take a break, and I'm gonna make sure that everything is right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm taking my time with these next 2 songs. That's gonna come out because they've been done.
Right.
Like I could have just dropped them on TuneCore and then been done with it and just working on music, but I just know for me in the space that I'm in, and I talk to my mentor about it all the time. Like I need to find something to decompress myself, because before music was a hobby, then it turned into a job, but I never replaced the hobby part of my life with something. So that's why I'm not too concerned about dropping music, because who am I competing with? Who am I trying to keep up with? They gonna find me when they find me, and then when they find me, they'll see all this work that I have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and this is a tip to all the artists: stop dropping your music so fast. Let that joint breathe for a second, because if you want to grow a fan base, you have to let them decide what they want to hear from you.
Okay.
I understand you want to put out what's authentic to you, and yeah, but it has to be a balance of, this is what I love to do, this is what they love to hear me do, so let me give you this package that is both.
Okay.
That reminds me of LMA too. Like when LMA was signed to DJ Mustard and she dropped Boot Up. Boot Up been out for a year.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it blew up a year later.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
She let it breathe.
Let it breathe.
You know what I mean?
Work on your craft so that when that does blow up, you'll have something to follow it up with to keep the fire going.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. How old are you again, King?
21.
21. That's the same, because you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom. I can already tell from your character and from your spirit, man, that you got some wisdom. So whoever your mentor is, shout out to him.
Shout out to PK. Shout out to Kev.
Yeah, shout out to him, man, because he's definitely putting some gems in you, man. I could definitely tell.
Yeah. And shout out to P-Dot.
Hey,
shout out to P-Dot.
Good, P-Dot. What's up, bro?
And Sleeves, too.
Shout out to Sleeves.
All the homies.
So, Geno, we rapped about your music. We definitely enjoy it. Make sure you guys
and
check out.
Salsavelli. My bad, bro. I love you.
Yeah, get them all out. Whenever you get stopped, man, it don't matter, bro. Just go ahead.
Exactly. When I think about it, I gotta do it.
Yeah, definitely.
We got a question for you.
Okay, what's up?
Who is the most iconic figure in rap history in terms of fashion, style, / clothing?
Kanye West.
Kanye.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Thanks.
I could argue Young Thug, but I'm not going to. I could argue
Young
Thug.
You can. And I respect it. He's 21. I respect that. You know what I mean?
Could argue
strong second would be ASAP. ASAP Rocky. He's big.
Yeah.
When it comes to fashion.
Okay, yes. Okay, never mind. I can't argue Young Thug.
No, you can.
Young Thug is up there.
I mean, he's up there, but when you got Kanye, Ferg, Rocky, then Thug.
I'll put Uzi over Thug.
Really?
Because I'm in that world. Like,
you putting Ferg over Rocky?
I'm putting Ferg over Rocky.
Really?
Well, with fashion?
Yeah.
Nah,
I think because here's the thing. The only reason I'm putting Ferg over Rocky is because Ferg wanted to do that only.
Rocky, I did remember that.
Ferg never wanted to rap. Rocky was like, yo, rap, then get your fashion stuff on.
Yeah, I remember
But
that.
Rocky just is a fashionable dude, because, I mean, that's what niggas in Harlem do.
Yeah.
Like, niggas in Harlem is fashionable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're known for. So I put Ferg above Rocky only because that was Ferg's passion in general.
Yeah. Okay, I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that for sure.
And really, it's Kanye and Pharrell. If we really talking, they up here. These the guys. Then you got the ASAP Mob, and then everybody else. Young Thug.
Nah, for real. I wish I could be in that fashion world. I'm not fashionable.
I love it. I love it, man.
Definitely
We
not.
talk
Nah,
about that.
hoodies and sweats,
Yeah,
bro.
same here, bro.
Hoodies,
Like,
sweats,
I want to
and
be
jeans,
comfortable,
bro.
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, and wearing Corona masks.
Right, exactly.
Hey, yo, Geno, thank you so much for coming through, bro.
Sure.
We got to bring you in the Top Hill world now.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
let's go. What's up with it? What's
All
going
right.
on?
So I'm sure you heard the conversation that we were having about the top albums.
I did.
So we're just going to do a quick recap.
Do a
Let you know
recap.
what we talking about.
Okay.
So we talked about Rich the Kid, Boss Man.
Okay.
We talked about Don Toliver, Heaven or Hell.
Fire.
Lil Uzi Vert with Eternal Take Deluxe / Love versus the World 2.
Okay.
J Electronica, A Written Testimony / Jay-Z's album / the other thing.
Man.
Donald Glover Presents.
Okay. Two things. I did not listen to Donald Glover
Okay.
because I have a job. So I'm not going to just go on your website.
Yeah.
You got to drop that joint. Like, and shout out to Aha. I'm doing a lot of shout outs, but this guy named Aha Gazelle, if you don't know him,
Ooh.
look him up.
Ooh.
Aha Gazelle did that already when he dropped his 180 project.
Okay.
He did the whole, it was a stream, it wasn't on his website, it was on YouTube.
Okay.
It was a live stream
Just loop
that
it.
he looped around, and it was literally him recording his computer playing. Like you could see different TV shows changing on the TV and stuff like that.
CHH artist.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, he did that already, but then he dropped it though.
Yeah.
Right.
And he made it available on YouTube.
Gotcha.
That's like, for me personally, as a consumer, if I'm not a diehard fan of your music, I'm not going to your website and listening to your music. I'm so sorry.
Right.
And I think he
Sorry.
did it on purpose though, because niggas didn't really get hit
For sure.
until the morning. Like he
Yeah, I
dropped
didn't
it
know.
Sunday at midnight,
Exactly.
and nobody realized that it happened until like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Exactly.
That's when I heard about it. I was like, shit, Donald Glover secretly dropped an album. I was like, what? And then I listened to it, but like you said, for the regular consumer, they're not gonna do that,
No,
obviously.
exactly.
But, so is this something that
That's so
he did
true.
on purpose?
Because on Twitter, they was like, so what?
Yeah, right.
Like, bro, I don't want to. I don't.
And then he did it on your other name too, because he's dropping the Childish
Right.
Gambino name and doing a Donald Glover, so it's definitely confusing.
Right.
A lot of people don't know Donald Glover and Childish Gambino is the same person.
And that's
Right.
crazy if you don't know that. First of all, get
Yeah.
your Google, do your Googles. Do your Googles.
Facts.
I'm so happy you named that guy. A lot of people not hit the
Bro,
CHH artist.
Aha Gazelle is fire. Okay?
Reach Records. Well, no, he's not with them no more.
Nah, he's not reaching no more.
Oh, okay.
He's not reaching no
He's
more.
not Reach, okay.
Who you giving top album though? Between those Johns.
Between all of them,
Yeah.
Uzi.
Uzi.
Okay.
I mean,
Uzi. Easy. And I don't like Eternally Take.
Really?
I didn't like that album. I like to me, I think the second half, because here's another thing. I don't like listening to super long albums.
Okay, me either. I don't either. I
Like,
really don't.
Also,
Yeah.
if I'm not a diehard fan, I'm not listening to 26 songs.
Facts.
I'm
Big
sorry.
facts. Big
Like,
facts.
I'm not, unless it's cranking consistently.
Which is hard to do.
Exact
It's
for
really hard to do.
26 songs.
I thought Uzi
straight.
did that.
If
for
you
real,
can't,
dude.
if you capture my attention for 20 songs, that's impressive.
Yeah,
That's very impressive.
like I can name 4 people that can do that for me.
Right.
John Bellion, Jay-Z, me, and
Hey, one time for the
Other
one
guy,
time.
and then who else? Who else would I
Hey,
put
he
in
said
that
John Bellion.
Kanye, Drake, Kendrick,
Drake.
Cole. Okay. All right.
Cole can't do it.
But you said John. You naming all these artists that.
Listen, I love
People-
music. I
yes.
love music.
Y'all gotta get hip to these.
I love music.
Right, those
if you
type
don't
of
know who
artists.
John Bellion is, if you don't know who Aha Gazelle is, if you don't know who's somebody else that's like not known but they should be known.
But their fan base is so strong. It's
Super
so
duper.
strong.
Super duper.
That's what I was explaining when we had Austin here. I was just like, man, it's just cool to have people that just love music
I love
and do it just for the fans. Like you could live off of that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
don't
you
be
really can.
mainstream.
Yeah, you really can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely can. I see that.
There's a lot of them out there that's just
sure.
doing their thing. Bro.
That's why I feel like Donald Glover's like, I really don't care about streaming. I don't care about like making money off of this project.
Yeah.
This is how I feel.
Yeah.
I just want to give it to my people.
And that's
They're
fantastic.
gonna find it.
That's
You know what I mean?
fantastic because I
Yeah.
would probably do the same thing as an artist myself. But I'm saying as a consumer because I have to separate the two.
Yeah.
Because
it's a business too. It's a music
exactly,
business.
I gotta separate the two because as a consumer, I don't want to listen to your album exclusively
On
on
your website.
your website
Yeah.
unless I love your work and what you do. I haven't really listened to Childish Gambino or Donald Glover like that in a while. You know what I'm saying? So,
you listen to Because of the Internet?
Yeah.
You listen to Awaken My Love? What's that down?
I listened to it literally one time.
Yeah.
Wasn't fire, so I didn't really.
It's really good.
Yeah, it wasn't fire to me, so I didn't really go back to it. A lot of people say that's his best album.
No, it's not. Because of the Internet is definitely.
Yeah, that's my
That's
joint
just
right
insane.
there. You know what I'm saying?
I
It's got
remember-
too many bangers on there.
I remember I was working at Best Buy. This is how long ago this was. Like,
Yeah.
I was working at Best Buy, and I remember he dropped that album the same week J. Cole dropped either Forest Hill Drive
Born
or
Center.
Born Center.
Yeah. Okay, so when that joint dropped, I had a customer come to me. They had the Born Center album and the Childish Gambino album. And I'm like, okay, I know about this. Why are you getting this? He's
Right.
He's like, oh, you don't know? You need to listen to this.
Nah, that was fire.
And I was clowning him at first, like, it's not better than Born Center.
Yeah.
He's like, just listen. And I did, and I was just like, oh, wow. I understand. Like, it completely blew my mind.
Fire,
That
top to bottom.
it's an
And
amazing
not a lot
project.
of albums are fire top to bottom.
It's not that many are. I agree with you. And that album is definitely a full, just start to finish, beautiful album, man. And that made me a fan of Childish Gambino and his work from there. And just seeing him live and everything like that kind of made me invested in listening to the album. So that's probably why I listened to the joint on his website or whatever.
I think what's it called? It's Eternal Take, and then Love versus the World.
Love
2, right?
versus the World 2. Yes.
Which part is Love versus the World, and which part is the deluxe part?
Great point. I don't know
Because
they
all flow together.
Yeah.
They're not split up.
They're both feature heavy if you split them up.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna call this whole album Love versus the World 2.
Okay.
Because
yeah.
that's what it sounds like to me. I feel like that is not a deluxe. I don't have any songs that's like, yeah, this definitely could have gone on the EA. You know what I'm saying? This all sounds like Love versus the World.
Right. I think what he was doing too, because one of his fans figured this out. So on the first jump, Eternal Take, it's 3 albums in one.
Yeah, that's what they said. The first, it's like 666 or something like
it's
that.
666.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's
That's a wild guy.
And the fact that Uzi replied back was just like, "Wow, you're so smart. How did you figure this out?" It's just like, dang, you just admitted it.
Yeah,
so
Uzi is tripping.
Uzi, but he out there like that though. You know what I mean? Like I think strategically how they place all these things, man, they're smarter than the average, artist. You know what I mean? They want. It's a mind game. They want you thinking.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect the concept album artists.
Yeah.
Like
Me too.
Even when they don't look
too.
like concept album artists.
Right.
Like 21 Savage is a concept album artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Uzi, concept album
Yeah,
artist,
yeah.
but it doesn't sound like that because of his delivery.
Right.
His delivery doesn't sound like that. His delivery sounds like, oh, I got 16 songs, I'm gonna drop them, and like, but to his artwork, to the song structure, to like what songs are where, like everything, concept album. And I don't really like Uzi like that, honestly.
I'm putting Uzi on the Mount Rushmore of a mumble rap. I'm putting him up there.
Really?
He's there with me.
I don't think he's ever mumble rap though.
I think he admitted that he mumble raps though. Like I feel like he puts himself in that category because he talked about it in the album.
Yeah.
That he's like that.
He didn't do none of it in this album.
Nah, he was talking.
Yeah.
No, he was talking real shit. I can understand now. Like when
Yeah.
I'm locked in now and I can hear you, like I can undo the mumble and understand. I can translate now.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Uzi, he's definitely considered by a lot of people a mumble rapper. But
that's interesting.
But I understand him. People still put Lil Baby as a mumble rapper, even though he is clearly
He's super clear.
He's super clear with what he's saying. You know what I mean? But
I think it's just accent mixed with auto-tune mixed with the actual voice.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be a separation between, hip hop and rap, or being a little bit more clear on what's different kind of rap. Because obviously hip hop is so diverse now. You got people like Drake and Kendrick and Cole, and you got people like Uzi and Trippie Redd.
I'm gonna put it to you like this: I don't think there should be a separation in hip hop.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say it's very simple.
Okay.
If you go back to the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
if you listen to all the artists from the 90s,
Keep
everybody was doing something different.
Keep saying that.
If you go back to the 80s, Everybody was doing something different. It's just now we have more technology, so we're using the technology in a way that makes everybody sound different.
So do you feel like it's the artist's choice to be like, okay, I might sound like this, but I want to be this? Because you got people like Lil Nas X, who wants to be country, but he sounds like he's hip hop, or he might sound like he's singing.
I think,
you know what I mean?
I don't think it's the instrumentation doesn't make the song. The artist makes the song.
Okay.
So, just because there's hip hop drums, there's 808s, there's like vibey type of stuff on Fear Is, but it's listed under R&B and soul.
Right.
So
you literally could have done either one. You wanted to.
Exactly.
Right.
So, and that's what I mean by the artist makes the song, not the genre that it sounds like. Because I feel like, because if that was the case, then all rock would just be rock.
Right.
Because you have hard rock, you have screamo, you have punk rock, you have soft rock, you have...
Right, so that's what my thing is. Like, maybe hip-hop should do the same thing, because hip-hop is the new pop. Everybody loves hip-hop. Everybody loves that. And it's kind of hard to decipher when you put everybody... When you have Post Malone, Drake, Jay-Z, Kanye, all under the same genre as hip-hop, it's confusing to a lot of people.
It is confusing, but I think that's the beautiful thing about hip-hop, is hip-hop reflects life, because you can have a Post Malone, a Jay-Z, a Kanye, and a Cole all sit in one room together and be the best of friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
Because it's not necessarily your content that makes you the person. It's your character that makes you that person. So what is hip hop at its core, character wise?
Right.
Rebellious. Any finding a way. Resourceful. Like, that is the essence of hip hop. So if anybody else is replicating those core essence or that core essence of hip hop, then that's hip hop. Now,
can't argue that.
Now, what I will say is, certain people need to, and I'm not gonna be Lord Jamar on here, but certain people need to understand where they fit in hip hop, whether that means they outside listening to hip hop and just emulating it in their own communities, or they're inside of it and they're making the hip hop. So the DJ is not with the B-boy. Like, they not together, but they coexist. You know what I'm saying? Like, the DJs don't hang out with the B-boys all the time. DJs hang out with the DJs.
Right.
But you can't have a B-boy without a DJ.
Right.
And you can't have a DJ with no people to dance to the music.
Right.
So we all have to come together at some point and be like, okay, we're all together. You know what I'm saying? You do this. You add the singing component to hip hop. You bring the bars into hip hop. You bring the swag into hip hop. You bring the fashion into hip hop. And we all need each other, because I can't do fashion, I can't do lyrical, I can't do singing, and I can't do all that kind of stuff at the same time.
There's few niggas that could do all that at one time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and those are the aliens of the world that we're like, yo, you are out of this world. Like, no, we don't compare anybody to you. Like 100, 3,000, we don't compare nobody to him.
Definitely.
Whether he has an album or not, we don't compare anybody to him. You know what I'm saying?
He
I can talk about hip hop all day, bro.
Yeah, bro, for real. Like, listen, I really wish that we can go on any further, but unfortunately, nigga, we are out of time.
Out of time.
We're out of time.
This is summarizing in one word. Hip hop is just art. I feel like people need to plant that in more. Like, it's just an art form.
Now, don't get it twisted. I'm with all the smoke.
Yeah.
Beef included.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need all
yes, we all gonna be together and we all gonna piece it up.
We need a competitive spirit.
But we gotta still be competitive and say names and all that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah, because we're the only genre that brings that to it, and people love us for it. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
It's like wrestling.
Yeah, just like it makes it interesting. Like, come on, who got the better bars? Who got the better music?
And who's gonna say they got the better bars?
Right.
You got battle rappers getting paid.
Everybody wants to see Kendrick versus Drake. Like, everybody wants that. You know what I mean?
And they too much of friends to do it. But I'm like, y'all don't have to be angry at each other.
Yeah,
just
like-
send some shots.
Right, exactly.
I don't think Drake was mad at Meek
No,
when they was doing their thing.
nah, he was confused.
He was just doing what he was doing.
He was
just
confused when Meek went off. Drake was just genuinely confused because they were really cool, and then
Exactly.
Meek was just like,
Meek was going crazy, like they was angry at each other. Drake was like, "Yo, I'm just sparring, like we
yeah.
can." You know what I mean?
But Meek was going through some real shit at that time, so he wasn't
So
he wasn't really
He
there.
wasn't thinking.
He wasn't there all
thinking,
right.
Yeah.
Geno, bro, bro, like we're gonna have another episode with you.
For sure.
That's gonna have to be.
Definitely gonna come on.
It's gonna be different. It's gonna have to be different because we're just gonna sit here and talk.
Yeah, we can do that, bro. I
Yeah.
love music. I love hip hop. I love this culture.
Yeah.
Like, it saved my life many a times.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I gotta speak to the people who listen to music. Like
Mhm.
John Bellion had a clip. He was like, you know, we're not worried about just the beat because it's gonna sell just the beat so hard, or we're not gonna make super hard lyrics, but the beat is subpar because we only focus on the song. No, we care about the craft of making music and the craft of pushing the culture forward. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that means and whatever it takes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pushing the culture forward, bro.
I like that.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's what it's all about, bro.
I love it. Push the culture forward. I love it, man. Hey, this is Top Hill.
Top.
Episode 25.
Top.
Featuring the genius by the man of KxngGeno.
KxngGeno.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, man.
That way.
Appreciate you.
Always.
I want to shout out our sponsors, Quality Touch Studios, CEO Will Bowser, head
Shout out.
engineer, Antonio Wayside.
On the
What's
way,
good?
Shout out.
What's good? Carmen. What's good? Anchor. What's up, y'all? Pay us.
Nah, for real.
For real, man. We need that check. Coronavirus.
I'm gonna be inside.
Yeah, we better be quarantined. I need all that money, you hear me? But anyway, you got anything else, Chad?
Nah, man. Y'all stay blessed.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right. Wash your fucking hands.
That's it. Stay safe,
I don't
man.
understand how people not watching it.
Bro, shit's
It's just,
shit's right. Like, it's
supposed
just,
to do that every day.
yeah, I mean, you're supposed to, but niggas really out here just like they don't care, bro. Like
That's
they
sick. That's gross.
Yeah, like,
You're gross.
yeah, bro.
Stop doing that.
But you know, black people, we don't gotta worry about that. Anyway, how about, hey, watch your hand.
Exactly.
You don't gotta
All
worry
right,
about
tell
that.
everybody where they can find you at,
Yes,
bro.
yes.
KxngGeno on all social media platforms. That's KxngGeno. Fear is out now. Pressure out now. 2-Pack out now. Conversation out now. Circles out now.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Born Legend, if you want to look that up, it's
Get
out
that.
now as well. But yeah, two new songs coming out very, very soon.
Yeah, we can't wait for that. Please send us that. Let us know. We're gonna post that shit all over the place.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate you for coming through, man.
Absolutely. All day.
Really appreciate the music. Really appreciate the talk. You are a Top Hill family. Just want to let you know that. Whenever you want to come back, you let us know.
Love.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, guys, that's Top Hill. That's episode 25. I'm Emanity Boss.
And I'm Chad Visionaire.
And we out.
Peace.
Yeah, that way.
Hey, let's go.
That was a good episode, fellas.
Hell, fucking yeah, I told you.